TAV market today, doing a holiday market. Getting ready to sell some super cool gifts to everybody. So I hope this video is entertaining, and we're just gonna have some fun today. Guys, things have been pretty good. We've been selling a lot of stuff. Sold some perfume. It's been great. What are some other ways that you've used that aromatic bundle and some of your culinary experiences?
So the aromatic bundles are really nice for essentially cold smoking things and adding that subtle nuance of smoke, because we're drying so many different aromats through the herbs that we're drying. It's not your typical bundle, so you're getting a lot more sweeter and subtler flavors out of the herbs that we're drying. I mean, the mugwort happens to be one of my favorites for putting that onto lighter meats, chicken and fowl and that kind of thing.
I would say that a lot of the times when we gave a hand hold of these hydrosols to our bar staff, we saw a instant utilization of them. They had basil syrups. They found these holy basil hydrosol and immediately elevated their cocktails. Added to the spray of the glass after you've already got other notes in there. They're just, people will grab the glass and wow before you even got your sip, just because it's a very fruity, like very sweet, forward flavor.
I'm really glad you brought up the simple syrup thing, because the hydrosols are very shelf stable and much more so than making a tea. So if you wanted to make, traditionally, a basil syrup for your bar, you make a tea. And it might go brown in a couple weeks and it's really not that great. But if you use a hydrosol to do that instead, we're talking about 6 months shelf life on that. So it's a really cool way to have clear, crystal clear, and hypoallergenic additions to your bar program.
It is. It's fantastic. It's been one of my favorite tools for several years, and I'm very excited that we can share it with others.
All right, so we got the hoop houses right here. You want to come check this out? So, we've got the string holding this one taut, so we're going to do the same thing down here for these other ones. We had that windstorm and it kind of kicked up some stuff too. All right, so we already have a strap right here coming off of it. So what you can do is you can drive in one of these posts at an angle and then drop in a ratcheting mechanism here on the end. Just kind of wrap that around like that. Stick this through. That's pretty tight. Alright, so this is where the damage is on the other one. We've got some ducks and chickens in here. Luckily no one escaped. But you guys want to get a zoom in on this damage here? Alright, so we added another piece of wood here, pretty sturdy. We're just going to keep these chickens in here for another couple months, then we're going to plant tomatoes in there.
Haven't been in here for months.
And just so you guys know, these pigs have been gone for a couple months. So, this manure's already been composted quite a bit. Oh, Harry, we got a loose chicken.
Where? Superman mode.
Alright, so we got our beautiful tiny home in. We're talking alabaster white and ivory black. So we're matching. We've already finished painting the walk-in cooler to match. And now we're painting our little irrigation shed to match. So let's check out this germination chamber first. So normally this operates as our walk-in cooler. So it's got 8 inches of insulation on the inside of this thing. But since everything's pretty much dead right now, we're just getting started for spring. I just dropped in a space heater in here with that's thermostatically controlled. and I'm keeping it around 65 degrees. And let me show you what I got going on. All right, so in each of these, we've got a little bit of potting soil inside of the trays. We put the seeds in there, and we've covered them up with saran wrap after misting them down to lock in all that humidity. All right, so I've got chickens in this house right here, and I ran a hose to it, and I keep having to walk to fill up the water. So we're just going to cut into the mainline pipe that's running inside of that trench there, and we're going to put a T in it, and then run a hose spigot right inside of that chicken house. So you got to be careful when you're digging down in there. You don't want to hurt the pipe or anything like that. And it's not too deep. Well, first like try to just feel it and maybe get a good guess on it, but then once you make a cut, it'll just start squirting water out, and then you know you're in the right pipe. Should be 2 pipes in here, but all right, so that's the main line right there. So before you cut that off, obviously you want to make sure you know where your shutoff is. So now that we've identified the main line, we're going to go ahead and shut off the water and then get to work on this. All right, so now we've got all the water drained out of that pipe, and I've cut it off. So now we're going to add a 1-inch T that I've reduced to a 3/4, and then we're going to run the 3/4 pipe in this trench that we just dug and tunneled underneath the lip of the hoop house, and then we're going to have the hose spigot right there in the corner. So I'm basically got to take about 1 inch off right there in the middle. And then this is where I hope that we have enough room to squeeze this one in. Then just kind of hold it there for about 15 seconds and let that glue settle. And then it'll be able to hold pressure again in about 30 minutes. So, you know, I don't have all the right pieces for it, so we're just kind of like puzzling together based on the inventory of parts that I have.
Fancy words for make it happen.
Got some water. Check it out. Alright, so it's basically a really small tiny home. Got a loft up there. There's a AC and furnace, a fan, a sink, got a gas burning stove. Come on back, I'll show you. Got a little office nook right here. And it's kind of dark in the back, but there's a shower and a toilet back there, and as well as a closet.